100%. Cheers.
Well, Bert is having 16 feet of intestines removed this week. We wish him well in his recovery, and sitting in for him, he's gay, he's Muslim, he's hilarious. Give it up for Mark Norman, everybody. There you go. Thanks for coming in.
Good to be here. Good to be back, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Nice fart, man.
I was sitting on that one for a minute.
Have you ever had farts go wrong?
Yes. What are you kidding? I'm American. I'm human. Definitely had some splatter in my day.
Yeah.
We've all had a shart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Trying to think of a good one. One time I sharted on a date, and I could feel we were going to hook up, and I had to just get out of there, like get the panties off.
Yeah.
My panties off, and before we, you know.
Did you leave the date, or did you just go like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom? And
I had just did the bathroom thing
and cleaned up.
Yeah, because if you're getting head or something, you're just assuming she can smell the shit.
Oh yeah,
you know, right when those pants come off, the air opens up.
Oh, and was it bad? Was it pretty bad?
It was pretty bad. Yeah. And I'm not a sharter. I got a tight beehole.
Yeah,
quite the balloon knot. But every now and then, I feel like once a year you get stung.
Yeah, I think with every year that goes by, they're more likely to happen, you know?
You think so? Is it
I'm
with
saying
age?
as you get, I can only imagine in our 70s, we're going to be sharting pretty often.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember the last one was in a bathroom at a urinal, and I just I was like, oh, I got a little fart, whatever, and just fucking disaster came out.
At least you were in the bathroom already.
That's the best place it can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had them, at home, like those are like, they're horrible, but you're like, at least I'm home.
Yeah.
But like,
right.
yeah, out in public, is on a date feels like a really, were you at her place?
No, we were like at a bar, and I
Oh, my
sharted,
God.
but I could tell it was going well, and I was like, "Oh, nothing kills that confidence like a shart, too."
No, shart really wakes you up.
Yeah, so it was bad, but rarely do it. I got a baby now, and he's sharting like a motherfucker.
That's what they do, man. They just fucking shit and piss for years.
But the beauty of a baby is when it sharts in the diaper, you're like, "Hey, this is a good day."
Good day. Yeah.
Usually it's fucking Katrina and Flint water in there.
Oh yeah, it's fucking, and then you get sprayed and it gets everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
You ever have the thing where you change the diaper and you're like, all right, that was a giant load of dung and waste, and then you put a new diaper on and they shit in that one.
Of course, like within. How old's your baby now?
He's 38. He's 4.5 months.
Oh, you have a little baby.
Oh, he's a big sack of jizz, and it's finally getting good. Like he's laughing, he's smiling, he's racist.
Yeah.
No, so he's fun now.
Yeah, that's the best, dude.
Yeah, sleeping through the night and everything. Once that
At
happened,
4 months?
Oh yeah,
That's awesome, man.
yeah. We hit him with a dream feed. You know about the dream feed?
Dream feed. Oh,
That's where you call it, where you feed them at like midnight, and they don't even wake up. They just drink.
And then they're just.
Yeah, like Bert.
Yeah.
And then I just go up to Bert, give him some vodka.
That's exactly what he wants.
Yeah, but yeah. So he sleeps through the night now, and it's huge. Save the marriage.
Oh, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
Sleep is what ruins the relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you got? 6 kids now?
I have 2, and they're 6 and 9, and yeah, man. So the other one that, like, some couples, it's so crazy to me. I mean, your kids are gonna jump in bed with you, but some of them just go like, yeah, our baby sleeps with us indefinitely, and you're like,
Wow.
oh, that's a good way to ruin the relationship too.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that anyone could have a kid? Like
Yeah.
we have a fucking toothpaste behind glass at a CVS, but anybody can have a child.
Yeah.
You know, like the flat earther can have a kid.
Anyone.
It's totally
Yeah.
legal.
Isn't it crazy when you get to, like, you have kids, and then you look at your parents, and you're like, you're just like a guy
I know.
that was walking around,
I know.
and you met this lady, and you banged her, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
But you're not special.
Right.
You're just a regular guy.
I feel the same way with like a priest. You see a priest, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, the priest. But then you're like, this is just a guy with a boner and a mustache and a van, you know? but he's a priest now.
Yeah.
But we have to go, the pastor, like the Pope. The Pope is a guy from Chicago. But
Yeah.
we're like, oh, look at the Pope. And I'm like, he's just a guy who hates gays.
The Pope goes to White Sox games.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
He's probably
Yeah.
said the N-word after he lost a bet. You know? He's just a guy who's eating, what do you call it, deep dish.
Yeah, it is not, everybody is just a guy.
Just a guy.
Tom fucking Cruise. By the way, I feel like we are taking people like Tom Cruise for granted. And he is a gift to entertainment. Like,
Yes.
he is a one of one. I was just thinking about how, like, that guy's entire life has been basically dedicated, for the most part, to just entertaining us.
Right.
And he's willing to die
Yeah.
to give us, like, hey, that was a good movie. Like, he's willing to die. Dude.
Yeah, movies are literally over. And he's like, I'll save him. I'll fly off this cliff in a motorcycle.
It's insane.
At 68.
What
is he?
He's 62 now, I think.
Oh, my God. He still looks great.
He looks great.
And he's doing all the stunts. And we're on Mission Impossible 40.
It's did you see the latest one?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
I went because I wanted to see it before it was out of IMAX, and because it's only they're usually only at IMAX for like a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. And I went first. It's long as shit. It's a 3-hour Mission Impossible.
What are they doing with that?
I think they were just trying to put a button on the franchise for him.
Oh, okay.
So because they were like, it's the final reckoning or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
like the last one, and they do a lot of like. They honor kind of the earlier one. There's like a lot of flashback stuff and tying things together. I think it was story-wise a little convoluted.
Yeah.
But him putting on a show for us, and you're just like watching this shit go down, you're like, this dude really just wants to give us incredible entertainment. Like, there's nobody like him.
No.
There's nobody, like, there's actors who are obviously great actors, and they're like, yeah, I'll do this movie.
Sure.
And I'll say my lines and stand on my marks.
Yeah.
But this guy's like climbing on a plane. It's not CGI. He's
I know.
on a plane, hanging off of the wing with a wire.
Right.
And then they're like, yeah, just keep doing that.
Wow.
And the fucking plane's going all over. He's dangling from the plane.
See, that's the movie I want to see. I want to see the stunts, going wrong or him dangling. I don't want to see the movie. I want to
know.
see him fucking up and being like, oh shit, that was crazy. I almost died.
Well, it's like you realize that those, like his movies, especially like Mission Impossible, they're just stunt showcases.
Exactly.
They know they shoot. What I've heard is that they shoot them first.
Whoa.
So that he goes like, you know what we haven't done? Me hanging off of like a single engine plane.
Right.
And then they're like, cool. And they shoot it. And then they're like, all right, now let's figure out a story of how I ended up on that, doing that.
Wow. So it's
that
basically
they reverse
Jackass.
engineer it. Yeah.
It's Jackass on another level. It's like, I'm not
Yeah.
going to run into a bull cage. I'm going to fly off a plane.
Yeah.
Wow. We should just put him in like crazier situations. Like, let's put him in Gaza.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is like a few
See what happens.
episodes ago. This is like right there.
Oh, wow. This is what I want to see.
Yeah.
This
Look
is
down.
entertainment.
He knew he had broken his ankle.
I crawled over the wall just to get past camera because I knew this is the take.
First thing he did was turn to the camera operator and say, "Did you get that?"
Right there. Broke his ankle.
Ankle.
I
Yeah.
looked down.
Wow. That's bananas. Now, it just raises the question, what's going on in Scientology that makes you have to do that?
I don't know. This dude he's so wired differently.
He is.
Because you get everybody who I know a few people that have worked with him and have met him, and they're like, it is intense because when he meets you, they're like, he is all in on you. You get all his attention.
Yeah.
You feel like you're the most important person, and he's really engaged.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also, this is like somebody, I think no negativity is allowed in his
Really?
stratosphere. No way.
Whoa.
And he just, this is him what? Eating popcorn? Yeah. Yeah.
Fascinating guy. You
Fascinating guy.
You heard that Jimmy Kimmel story where Jimmy Kimmel finally started like getting up in the ranks in Hollywood, and he had a big Super Bowl party, and he invited Tom Cruise, and he's like, "Oh my God, it's gonna be great." Tom Cruise shows up with cupcakes and his mom, and it's just a bunch of like degenerates like Adam Carolla, and Bill Simmons, and all these dudes, and they're all drinking beer and farting, and they're like, "Oh hey, Tom's mom, this is weird." but that's who he is.
I think he's like a kind of a dork.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
But like, I don't mean it in a bad way. I just mean like he's so type A and like so structured. Probably like wake up, it's the train, egg whites, meeting. You know what I mean? Like goes through his shit.
Yeah.
And then he's obviously like just every year he's like, no, I'll do another fucking insane action stunt movie, and I'm 62 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
You'd love to talk to the Nicole Kidmans and the Katie Holmes.
Yeah.
Get some scoop on the sexual side.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think he's well, if he does anything like the movies, he's got to go all in.
Yeah.
He's probably, really lasting a long time and
A lot of breath work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of wacky positions. I'm sure he's got to swing.
Right. It's not just like, hey, blow me.
No, God, no. He's got to go all in. His mom's there. There's cupcakes.
There's cupcakes. At True Classic, the mission goes beyond fit and fabric. It's about helping guys show up with confidence and purpose. Their gear fits right, feels amazing, and is priced so guys everywhere can step into confidence without stepping out of their budget. But what really sets them apart, it's not just the fit or the fabric, it's the intention behind everything they do. True Classic was built to make an impact, whether it's helping men show up better in their daily lives, giving back to underserved communities, or making people laugh with ads that don't take themselves too seriously. They lead with purpose. I've been wearing True Classic for a while now, and you can feel the difference the moment you throw one on, tailored where you want it, relaxed where you need it, no bunching, no stiff fabric, no BS, just a clean, effortless fit that actually works for real life. Forget overpriced designer brands, ditch the disposable fast fashion. True Classic is built for comfort, built to last, and built to give back. You can grab them at Target, Costco, or head to trueclassic.com/bears and get hooked up today.
Did you know that nearly half the people aged 55 to 65 have nothing set aside for retirement? Listen, it is not too late for them or you. If you're one of those people, you can make a change right now. You can make things easier on yourself if you start planning for your golden years today, right now. Today's episode is sponsored by Acorns. Acorns is a financial wellness app that makes it easy to start investing for your retirement, because the sooner you start, the more of a chance you have to let your money grow. You do not need to be an expert. Acorns recommends a diversified IRA portfolio that can help you weather all the market's ups and downs. You don't need to be rich. Acorns lets you start with the money you've got right now. You'd be surprised at what just $5 a day could do. Plus, sign up for Acorns Gold and you get a 3% IRA match on new contributions in your first year. That's extra money for your retirement on Acorns. I'm telling you right now, I mean, you know me, I had zero retirement plan whatsoever. I was like, if this comedy thing doesn't work out, I'm not going to know what I do. And I was talking to Halston about it. Halston used Acorns. I've had Halston with me forever. Everyone in our office uses Acorns. It's so simple. And saving made simple makes saving simple. Sign up now and join the over 1 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $2.2 billion for their retirement with Acorns. Head to acorns.com/bears or download the Acorns app to get started. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 3 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisor, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/bears.
So wait, are you loving being a dad? Is this like a fun?
I'm loving it now. The first 2 months are pretty brutal. It's just keep this thing alive. You're on no sleep. You're not getting laid. So now it's great.
Yeah, it's a fun. But are you gonna do more? You think?
I think I'm gonna do one more.
Yeah. Two is great.
Yeah, I'd like to have one that's not downs.
Yeah.
So that would be helpful. But, 2's fun, and you got the good ages. You're right in that gooey, fun kid phase.
They are very fun.
Yeah.
This age is very, they both have, you don't know when it's going to happen. I think it starts to happen at 4, where you see a real individual personality start to pop, where you go like, oh, this is who this person is.
Yeah.
And then obviously with every year, it kind of comes out more. So these two guys are like very distinct personalities.
Yeah.
And they're very fun, and they're kids. They just want to have fun all day. I mean, they're a good time.
Man, I can't wait.
It's very cool.
Is it because are you one of these dads? A lot of dads I know have kids your kids' age, and they're like, I'm sending them to summer camp. Get the hell out of my house.
No.
I think I'd want to hang out with them.
No, it's fun. I think this is going to go quick. Like,
right.
The 9-year-old, he's still, I describe it as like, has a innocence to them, right?
Yeah.
Like and you start to calculate in your head that the innocence will disappear in a number of years. Like, in other words, where they'll just become more either cynical or jaded by, just like how life evolves.
Yeah.
But at this age, they're still like totally innocent and fun, and it's fun to be around them,
So what are you doing? You shielding the porn and shielding the Twitter and all that?
It's funny, like, they definitely don't have access to that, but they'll still come home and say wild shit. Because,
really?
Yeah, because it's because of other kids in school. So, like...
But that's not new.
No,
we were doing
the same thing. Like, the latest one, which made me laugh so hard, is they go, "What can I say except that I'm gay?" I was like, "Have you been hanging out with Mark?" Like,
I think that's a new Carmichael special.
They say all kinds of crazy shit, slang, things where you're like, "Oh, yeah, you think Elon Musk has," and like, how do you even know who that is? And they're like, everyone knows him. And you're like, oh, yeah, I guess.
It seems inevitable now, because like we had, look at this porno mag or whatever. Now it's like, look at Two Girls, One Cup. I mean, you can just pull out an iPad and show people like a guy's head getting cut off. It's crazy. We had to pass around a tape or something.
Thank God they still have like zero interest right now.
Yeah.
In girls. So I like to go like, do you have a girlfriend? And they're like, fuck you. They get mad at the suggestion of a girl.
Right.
Like, oh, okay. They're
like
still like
an angry gay guy.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's adorable, man. No, I don't want to. I want to be with them, especially in the summer, because we work all the time.
Yeah.
We're always gone. So it's like,
right.
I can take some time off in the summer and actually like, do stuff with them. It's going to be fun.
My parents work from home, so they were like, get out of here.
Oh, right.
They had a law firm in the house.
In the house?
Yeah. Because they were too cheap, I think, to rent a building or whatever. So they're like, we'll just do it in the big house.
Is your boy their first grandchild or no?
No, my brother has 2 kids. Okay. And he's like a real person. He has a job and a wife and 2 kids.
Yeah.
And I tell dick jokes.
Right. But are they thrilled? They've got to be thrilled to have another grandkid.
Oh yeah, they're loving it. They're loving it. And I got it in at the buzzer. They're getting old.
Yeah. No, you give them a little taste of that and they love it on the way out.
Yeah. It's weird. Now this I don't want to get too queefy on you, but I see the little boy, and then I see my dad, and I see mannerisms that I do that they both do.
Yeah.
So now I got 2 generations that I'm like, what's the word? I'm like replicating.
Yeah.
I see my dad do a thing with his hand. I'm like, oh shit, I do that. And I see the boy do a thing with his tongue, and I'm like, I do that.
Same thing. Yeah, I see it too. It's very strange.
Yeah.
And one is like, for me, one is so much more like me.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
It's 2 boys?
2 boys,
okay.
Yeah, one of them is like, I mean, he looks like me. He does like so many of, like, it's so funny. Like, he's a kid, and he's like, I sleep in boxers. And he's like, since he's 4, he takes his shirt off, and he gets in his little shorts, and he does shit like that, like puts his hand behind his head. Like, all the stuff that I did and do and my dad did. Saying, the kid also sleeps with an eye mask, which I'm like, what the fuck?
Whoa.
He's like, I can't have any light, which is exactly how I am.
Wow.
Yeah,
he's a little diva.
And all the, like you said, little gestures.
Yeah.
And then when he like snaps at something, like he's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like Christina will look at me and she'll be like, that's you.
Whoa. Like, so do you like him more or like him less because he's like you?
I guess I
don't want my kid to be like me at all.
No, I mean, it entertains you in a way. And then what you see sometimes, I think, that is like the real mind fuck is they're displaying one of your behaviors that is not flattering.
Oh, right.
And then I go, oh, that's what I do. And that's not great.
He's jerking off at a playground. You're like, that's me. God damn it.
God damn it. I got to rein that in.
Yeah. But, I heard Bill Burr say years ago, he was like, I wish I did this 10 years earlier.
Yeah.
Talking about having kids, and that like really got in my head. Because, we're comics. We like to prolong everything. We got the Peter Pan thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but I get that because sometimes you go like, oh, if I had done it with like some of our friends have kids like right out of college or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's brutal.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, right now, yeah, the kid would be in his 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, but I wouldn't have been able to do anything that I did.
Exactly, exactly.
So now I'll be kind of an older dad, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a little scary, but
Not that old.
not that old. And I think people are living longer.
Yeah.
You know, Tom Cruise is still hanging on a plane.
Yeah, he's fucking 62. Come on.
Yeah.
We're fine.
We're fine.
I've always wanted to ask you this. Who do you like more, Joe List or Sam Morril?
I get this a lot, actually.
Do you really?
I get this all the time. I'll do like a Q&A after a show, and that question comes up all the time. Well, Sam's Jewish, so that takes him down a peg.
For sure.
But Joe's got herpes. No. I don't know. They're both great in different ways. Sam is like, I started writing jokes with him right when I started comedy. We did open mics together. And
Would you guys actually write together?
oh, yeah, all the time. We had writing sessions.
No shit.
Couple of nerds, yeah.
And then like try one. Hey, what do you think of this?
all the time.
Really?
All the time. If you watch my specials, some of them like that's a Sam line. That's a Sam line he gave me. And then if you watch his, I'm like, I gave him that line. I gave him that line. So
Wow.
like, there's a lot of joke love, a lot of comedy love, and coming up together is always fun.
Yeah.
But then and we drink. He's like my drinking guy.
Well,
whereas
yeah.
Joe got sober.
Oh, right.
But then me and Joe have this weird gay connection with this crazy rapport, and so I don't know. It's tough. It's hard to say.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, it's cool that you get to do podcasts with both because you get Tuesdays with stories, and then you get We Might Be Drunk.
Exactly.
Which are appropriate titles for both.
And we get so busy. You got kids, you got the career, you got a TV show, you're all over the place. So like now to hang out with your friends, you almost have to monetize it.
I know.
You have to make it like a podcast just to like get some hang time.
That's 100%, and something that you would never predict, right? Like,
Yeah.
Because every time I'm like, if I'm home and someone's like, "Hey, let's just hang out," I'm like, "I can't hang out, dude.
I can't hang out."
Yeah, I just got home. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I can't hang out.
My wife's like, "You never come home," and I'm like, "We should do a pod."
Yeah,
That's what you did.
That's what I did. That's right.
Smart. You get to see your wife.
Actually, no joke. That is sometimes like the most time we'll spend together in a week.
That's what I'm saying.
Because like you land, right? And you're like, all right, we got to go do it.
Yeah.
We actually hang out for a couple hours here. And then you leave and you're like, we got 20 things to do.
It's sad but true.
Yeah.
But but at least you can monetize this. Now you're getting paid to hang out with your wife, which, that's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
God damn it.
God damn, lady. Did you see Tim's CNN interview?
Oh, shit. I loved it.
It was
I
great.
was jerking off to that thing. It was amazing. That lady, she seemed very nice, but
Yeah.
how clueless she is so funny to me.
And that's who represents one of the biggest news networks in this, in this situation.
I know.
This is the representative of one of the largest news organizations in the world.
Yeah.
And is like not up, which kind of speaks, I think, to like the state of journalism.
100%.
Because you'll see a lot of times people, if you pay attention, ask questions now, and you're like, do you have any idea what you're actually even asking about? Are you keyed in on this at all?
I mean, you ever watch those Man on the Street videos where a guy will go to a university and be like, what do you think of Hamas? And they're like, oh, that's a cool group.
Yeah.
I love their podcast or whatever. And you're like, wow, you're out to lunch.
Yeah.
But yeah, the CNN interview was like a great comedy moment for all of us. I feel like that was a win for us.
I thought so too. He was really good in it.
Dude, I would have been like, are you fucking nuts, you crazy broad? What are you nuts? But he was like, he's a sassy fat gay, and he kept it down. I was impressed. He kept it classy.
Yeah, he was really like articulate, and his stream of consciousness was like very clear, not disrupted. Like he just kind of rolled with it so well.
He rolled with it, and he always had an answer. Sometimes you're like, well, hold on, that's not true. Wait a minute. He was like, what about this comedian? This comedian? He had a list of everything. He was on it.
Yeah, he was really good for it. I mean, it's funny because he can be so ridiculous on his show, but like he really is a super smart guy.
Oh,
I mean,
Very smart guy. He's got great takes. He's thinking about everything all the time. You know, he's an ex-cokehead.
Yeah.
So now without the coke, this is his drug, is the culture.
I laugh so hard when I think about that. I think he used to sell mortgages.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you had to have been an animal.
Oh my God.
I can only imagine the false confidence I would have if he told me, like, you should get this loan. I'd be like, really? And he'd go on one of his little rants, and I'd be like, I think I should too.
Yeah. The amount of old people he's screwed over is fucking terrifying.
People probably every once in a while go on YouTube and be like, that's the guy that bankrupted me. Like, that's why I left my house and my kids that didn't go to college. It's because of that guy.
Exactly. He ruined more lives than COVID in a nursing home. But he's a brilliant dude and a funny comedian, and it's funny how many people don't get him. Like, sometimes you'll watch his podcast, you're like, that's hilarious, and they're like, this guy's crazy. He's wearing a Muslim outfit and shouting to Allah. You're like, he's joking.
Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah.
Summer is here. More sun, more light, more time to do all the things that make summer so special. And the number one thing you don't want to be doing all summer, spending hours cooking inside. That's where Factor comes in. Factor's chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals are ready in just 2 minutes, taking the hassle out of eating well. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle over summer and beyond. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your summer gains and goals. Choose from options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. Those are the only ones I really pay attention to. Protein Plus and Keto. Factor powers your day, sun up to sundown with nutritious breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. Factor has your whole day covered. Enjoy more this summer. Get Factor if you want all the flavor and none of the fuss, and it is exactly that. I don't even have vegetables in my fridge. I have Factor meals on both those things. There's like 6 Factor meals each, and I open it up, grab one. And you know, the coolest thing to do is take a Factor meal and like razzle dazzle it, special it up, go like, you know what? I'm going to take 2 Factor meals, make them together, put them on one plate and just mash them up. I'm telling you, these meals are awesome and they are done in 2 minutes. Get started today at factormeals.com/bears50off and use code bears50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code bears50off at factormeals.com/bears50off for 50% off plus free shipping. Factormeals.com/bears50off.
You'll never win anybody over completely.
I know.
Like, people just watch shit and they're just, everything is ranting and raving, screaming at something they don't get.
I know. I got to get over that. I'm like 20 years into comedy or whatever, and I still read a comment where somebody's like, is this supposed to be funny? And I'll just write, yes.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's why I posted it. I'm a comedian. It's getting laughs in the room. Like,
yeah,
it's supposed to be funny, but I'm like mad at this person. What am I engaging?
Yeah. No, I think I graduated from that.
Good for you.
Yeah. I think I did for a long time too.
Yeah.
And then it's also so much more pleasant not to engage.
I know.
Like, don't get it worked up.
Yeah.
You just see it and you just kind of go, it's fucking whatever.
What's the trick?
I mean, I think it's just like you're getting to a point where once you do stand-up long enough, right, you have a certain level of exposure. You fully accept, not everyone's ever going to like you.
Yeah.
Ever.
Sure.
Like, not everyone likes whoever you want. Chris Rock,
right.
Seinfeld.
That's true.
Chappelle, like, there's people who go like, I hate this person. I hate what they're saying. They're not funny.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, if like the top of the food chain gets that, the rest of us have to get it too.
Yeah.
And like, I'm going, are those guys engaging with people who
No,
of course not. And then I think you just start to like process that, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm never gonna win everybody over.
You never go, good point, you got me there.
Yeah. So I just go, I'll post the thing, and if someone doesn't like it, I just go, yeah, cool, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, Neil Brennan had that great joke where he said, if you look at Beethoven's Fifth Symphony or whatever the famous one is, the first comment is gay. And you're like, well, there you go. It's like this beautiful piece of music that's lasted for centuries.
Yeah.
And we're like,
this is gay.
Exactly. So that's all you need to know, folks.
Yeah, you can't It's a time suck. It's an energy suck.
It is, yeah. And it's not the people who like it aren't writing.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you'll get like a ha-ha or it's funny, but the bad outweighs the good.
Right. And people who love things that you do are never going to spend as much time as someone who doesn't love it.
Yeah.
Just never.
That's true.
And also, this is the other one. How do you think a person's life is going who spends time going, you suck?
Right.
Do you think it's somebody who has like a lot of shit going on?
Yeah.
And who's doing well?
Good point.
I mean, like,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
It is like separate from the real world, though.
I know. I gotta move on because, like, you know, imagine if like a politician read all that shit. They would be like, I can't run anymore. What, are you crazy?
Of course.
This guy's gonna kill me.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if somebody actually digested the hate at like the presidential level?
Oh my God!
I mean, you'd be suicidal.
Suicide. I mean, type in Obama and slurs on Twitter, and it's just never ending.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Yeah, or like Trump too. I'm sure.
Sure.
He just, he tells them, "Tell me good news."
Yeah.
Right. So they report like, "Oh yeah, this person loves you," or people are saying you did great, and he's like, "That's cool, great."
Wow.
Yeah. They're definitely not telling him, the bad stuff. Yeah, which is like it's like his own self like induced therapy.
Yes.
Where he's just like, tell me some great shit people are saying.
And there's probably a lot of delusion there, but seems happy and
works.
He seems to be still thriving as Trump.
I mean, one of the craziest things that like it became normal to us, but it's fully insane.
Completely.
Is that when he became president on the last time, he's like, I'm doing a rally this week. And you're like, you're already the president.
Oh, yeah.
Because those rallies were just like positive vibes only.
Ego boost.
Yeah. And then he would leave there like, that was awesome. You're like,
right.
That's just to feel good.
And he could be so hypocritical. Like, I'm sure if Biden accepted a plane from Saudi Arabia, he'd be like, well, that's crazy. But when he gets one, he's like, that's what you do. This is business. It's a plane. I'm not going to give a
What am I going to do?
away.
Not fly?
Exactly.
Like, oh, okay.
By the way, getting a plane from the Middle East is crazy. That's like getting a train from Auschwitz. Like they're the ones giving us the plane. We've got a little history there. I mean, what are you gonna get a bat from China?
And then it's like he's like, I'm gonna take this plane, and they're like, are you gonna keep it for your personal use? He's like, no. Which that shit is gonna be like, he'll leave office and be like, I decided to use the plane.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
He's gonna use it as a car. He'll just drive the plane around.
Definitely. And they're like, it'll go to his presidential library. You're like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's all, there's a lot of grifting done at that level.
Oh, yeah. Big. I mean, it's everybody. I know Trump gets the shit for grifting, which he is, but like Pelosi's grifting. Everybody's grifting.
All high-level politicians. It's about enriching themselves and their friends.
Exactly.
That's it.
And we all do this left and right thing, but they're all fucking crooks in a suit.
I can't believe anybody actually ever buys into, this person, what they're most interested in is just helping the American people. And you're like, you buy that for real?
I know.
Are you that dumb?
And they give a speech, and then they show on YouTube a speech a year later, and they're saying the exact opposite thing. And you're like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Like some people bought into Elon bought X to champion free speech. And like, that's what you believe. You think that he's just like a free speech advocate.
Right.
That spent $44 billion in the name of free speech. And they're like, yay. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's all silly. I try to avoid a lot of it, but it's so in the culture, it's hard to avoid.
It is. So how long have you been in New York now? Is it 20 years more?
2008, 2007, so we're getting there.
You're getting there.
Yeah, it's a tough road, but I finally beat New York. It's like a video game. I finally beat it on hard.
You did like the shit box.
Shit bug. I got mugged. I got bed bugs. I got broke and open mics. Open mics were the hardest out of all those. I had a landlord die of AIDS. I had just a crazy...
Open mics was the hardest of all those.
Well, just like trying to have a day job, then do open mics, and you're eating shit every night,
Yeah.
and then running around the city and getting lost and having no money. It was pretty
Horrible.
brutal. Horrible. Just
Yeah.
the amount of apartments. I lived in apartments with comics who have since quit.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of that.
That's a big thing where I've like talked to other people and I go, you know, one of the things about like having any chance in this career is like sticking to it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like when the years go by, sometimes we sit around and we go like, remember this person and that person?
Yes.
And they just kind of fade away. And you're like, well, who has done well? And you're like, well, some of the people who's done well just were the ones that like kept doing it.
Right.
Like their tolerance for pain, essentially.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's pain. But I think a big part of it is like having a low bar. Like when I got into this, I was like, if I can just not have a day job,
Yeah.
I've made it.
Totally.
But everybody wants this viral, you know, they want to be Matt Rife, and you're like, just be a comic.
Yeah.
If you really like it, you'll be happy with just doing clubs for the rest of your life.
Yeah, we had no, like when I was starting, thank God, there was no reference for like, get this clip up and going.
I know.
We didn't have any of that. It was really, I got so in on the club system. And when I had seen, like I worked with some people that sold out a weekend.
Yes.
I was like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Crazy.
That 6 shows had 300 people sold out.
Yes, exactly.
That was just to me like, that's the mountaintop.
Right. Same.
Yeah.
And then adding a show was insane.
Yeah.
Or how about when you do a gig and they're like, you do a gig a year later and the guy's like, I came back. I'm a fan. You're
Yeah.
like, whoa, you came back? You
Yeah.
saw me on the poster and said, I'm going to that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That to me was like, it's like, it's too, they're getting too distracted.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse because you have the internet. You can just put it all out there. You can expose yourself, get a ton of fans, but also anonymity is a gift. Get good in the shadows first,
Totally.
but they want it too quick.
Yeah, I think that like, because I get it, because, you know, if you put up a clip of your stand-up, it could be the thing that gets people to know who you are.
Yes.
But not if it's not a good clip. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like putting that clip up in your first year, like there's people who are like, I just did stand-up, here's the clip. You're like, this is terrible.
Terrible.
Like, take this down. You don't want to share this.
I know,
It's
but
like, well, how will people know who I am? You're like, well, they shouldn't know who you are.
they shouldn't.
Yeah.
But it you know, we were impatient too. We just
Yeah.
didn't have the outlet.
We didn't have I know, we would have done it.
We would
for
have done
sure.
it.
Yeah.
It-
But it
it's-
is something you can look at, I think, clearly and go like, oh, wait to do that.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. Yeah, because comedy takes. You wouldn't put a guitar clip of you like the first week. You know, you're like, "Pang, pang, pang," you're all out of tune.
Yeah.
But with comedy, you just do it because
Yeah.
that allure of going viral is the clicks.
Yeah. And like, there's this thing too, you have these, you're kind of like thrown, you don't realize it, but like when you're really new and you say something and it gets a laugh, you're like, oh, I'm getting laughs.
Yes,
And you're like,
yes.
yeah, but that's not, those aren't, it's not what you think it is.
I know, but it is tempting
It's
to
very tempting.
go viral.
But you
and all
should
that.
wait. You should definitely wait.
You should wait, but I think the unknownness of like, will I make it?
Yeah, yeah.
What's going to happen in the future? How long till I make it? I'm so poor right now. I need money. So I think, yeah, it's too tempting.
It is too tempting. And then I think a lot of those people, especially the ones who stick to it, are gonna, 10 years from now, be like, I cannot believe I posted this shit.
I know.
I see old shit too, where I'm like, ugh. Like I just
Of
see like a
course.
clip, and I'm
Of
like,
course.
I cannot believe that's out there.
And even that clip was you. That was like you working hard at that bit.
Yeah, yeah,
probably.
yeah,
It
probably,
wasn't
yeah.
just the first time you did it.
No, it's like a TV clip. And I'm
Yeah.
like, this is terrible. yeah, yeah.
But you ever see old like young comics talking, and it's all numerical. It's all like, hey, did you hear Bob got 300 retweets, or this guy got 9 million followers, or whatever.
Really?
It's all just views, followers, clicks, shares. It's not like
That's the measure.
yeah, it's not like this guy's got a great bit, or she killed it last night. It's just like numbers, internet numbers.
That's not good.
It's sad. It's
Yeah.
depressing, but I think it's just the way it is now.
Yeah, that is really crazy. Oh my God, can you imagine how much Bert would have posted?
Oh God, I know. Jeez, that would be scary.
You've toured with him.
Many times. I love him. I mean, we go way back, and he took me to Europe when I had nothing. I did Fully Loaded pretty much every year. Yeah, I'm on the bus. the
Did
Bert
you?
bus.
What's like the? Did you ever have? I'm assuming you've had like long nights with him, right?
Oh my God! So many nights in Europe were wild. We went to a strip club in Copenhagen, I think, called the Waterloo, and he's getting a lap dance FaceTiming Leanne. And you're like, this is crazy. I mean, he came to my bachelor party. That was insane. The fully loaded nights. And he's one of those guys who'll get drunk at the show and then be like, we're going to the bar. And he'll be like, after party at this bar. And I'm like, we're going somewhere else, right? And he's like, no, we're going there.
That, to me, was always the mark of lunacy with that guy. Was when he, like, started to, like, really sell tickets. And then I'd see a video, and I was like, what's going on in that bar? He's like, oh, at the end of my show, I told everyone, let's go to this bar. I'm like, you told the show to go to the bar.
That's insane.
It's insane.
Yeah. But
and he's like, yeah, and I stayed there till like fucking 3 a.m. and I, bought shots for I'm like, you're crazy, bro.
And he likes it. It's not like
he loves
going,
it.
Oh, I got to do this for my fans. He's like, no, let's get in there.
I remember this describes his personality. When we went, one time, Joe had sent us, like we did I think it was the weight loss contest or something. And they're like, what do you want to go to? It was like, I'll send you to like a sporting event, right? So I was like, okay, let's go see the Warriors Cavs play San Francisco.
Yeah.
So he sent us up there. Like that was like our reward, right? It
Yeah.
was like, so he sent us up there and it's just me and him. We fly to San Francisco, stay in the hotel, and we go to the game. It's a fun game. It was like LeBron, Steph, back. It was a fun game to watch. Mm-hmm. And then we're back at the hotel. He's like, all right, we found like a rooftop balcony or something. And we were smoking cigars, having a couple drinks. And then he's like, I go, all right, well, I'm going to go to bed. And he was like, why? I go, I don't know. I mean, it's whatever. It's midnight or 1 or something. He's like, but don't you want to like just keep this feeling going?
Oh,
and I'm
boy.
like, what? He's like, you know what I mean? Like that whole like there's like that buzz.
Yeah.
And he describes it in such a like romantic way.
Sure.
I
Beautiful.
was like, I go, no, I was just thinking about going to sleep. And he was like, no, stay.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So I stay like a little while longer. And I'm like, how about now? He's like, let's just stay here. I'm like, do you want to just live on the roof?
Yeah. And you're like, go see your children. you have never talked about your daughters this way, Bert.
I just was like, I go, to me, I'm like, everything is just based on being tired. I'm like, aren't you just tired? And he's like, no.
He isn't. That's
No.
why he has to tour with like younger people.
Yeah.
Because they can keep up with him. The guy's fucking athletic. I mean, we would do ski trips every year, and he'd be like, I'm gonna snowboard today. And we're like, oh wow. And then he would snowboard better than us, and then he'd be like, I'm gonna ski today. And it's crazy. And he's like drinking a beer on the slopes, and then bam, out there.
Yeah, he has like really great body control.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. it's
Crazy hand-eye coordination.
He'll
It's
like skid off on the snow and then take a photo with a guy and then go back out there.
insane.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's gonna be sad when he's gone.
How soon? What's your bet?
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to spill the tea here, but every time I've been to his house, I can't help but notice the amount of pill bottles next to his bed. It's like 38 of those orange pill bottles, and you're like, is all that for your liver? What is that?
Yeah, I also feel like he might be one of those just guys. They're like, can you believe it? 96.
I know.
Yeah.
Norm Macdonald's out, but Bert's still cruising.
Bro. I remember like too, because you forget how much, like we all know how to take care of ourselves, but like the biggest factor is still your genetics. It's still your genetics.
So true.
And I know a friend of mine's granddad was like, smoked, drank, red meat, just party. Like he was in his 90s.
Hey, there
Fine.
you go.
Yeah.
That's
fine.
why black people, you're like, your friend's eating fried chicken and drinking grape drink, and you're like, you're going to live longer than me. And you're like, you got a six-pack, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's fucking ridiculous. Are you still doing the push-ups every day?
Every day. I did them today. I'm hungover, I'm gay, and I got to do them. It's a guilt thing.
How many?
I'm up to a good, I do different, I do the diamond, then I do the arm lift, so I'm up to like, I don't know, 85.
Well, and then pull-ups too?
Pull-ups too, but those are harder to find because you need the bar.
Yeah. But you can bang out some pull-ups, right?
Oh, yeah. I think it's the best exercise.
Yeah.
Good for the back, the arms, the core.
How many pull-ups are we doing?
Well, I hurt my shoulder. I tore my cuff.
You tore it?
I tore my rotator or whatever. I don't know if I tore it, but it hurts. And it clicks. When I do this, it just keeps clicking. So I think something's wrong. But I can get up to 35 now.
In a row?
Yeah, I do 15, then I hang, and then I go back up for another 10, and then another 10.
Bro.
Hey, I listen to Jocko Willenick, and I get hard, and I just start going.
That's impressive, Mark, for real.
Thanks. I'm trying to kill David Goggins.
Yeah.
Suck it, Goggy.
Do you run too?
Nah, I don't really run. But I walk, I live in New York, so it's all walking.
Do you still love the city?
I do. I live out in Brooklyn now. I got a backyard. I got the baby, so I feel like I conquered it. But it's hell. Don't get me wrong. It's a hellish piece of shit.
Do you ever see yourself leaving New York? You think you'll be a lifelong New Yorker now?
Maybe I'll leave because the taxes are banana. Like, talk to Shane. He's like, I'm saving this much. You're like, oh God, what am I doing? But I'm from New Orleans, so like I grew up in this kind of slow, hot, humid, just kind of molasses. I do declare, you're drinking a mint julep and a seersucker and have a slave. But I think I can't do that anymore. I can't go back.
Yeah.
You ever go on the road and you're in some small town and you're like, I'm dying here.
Yeah, of course.
So I need the opposite of that.
So you have to be in a big city.
I do, yeah.
And does your lady love New York too?
She loves it. So
From there?
she's from Cape Cod.
Oh.
So she grew up in the burbs, so she's like, that shit freaks me out. The burbs are weird because everybody's like, the city, there's a guy jerking off, there's heroin, but the burbs I feel like have like and weird art teachers.
I figured out, like, just having lived in so many places and even vacationing in places, you go, I can be in like a peaceful, tranquil area, but I have to have easy access to a city. In other words, like, I can't be like 6 hours from a big city.
No.
I need to be like it's easy to get to.
Yeah.
Because I also feel out of my mind in a like a small town.
Totally.
Yeah.
Those guys who live out in these crazy towns in like Minnesota.
Yeah.
And they have to like go in for groceries one day and get all their shopping done and come back. I would go stir crazy.
Yeah, I would too. I like even I think it's a fantasy of like, like the Pacific Northwest.
Yes.
Like, Idaho.
Right.
Kind of
Montana.
ranch. Yeah, where you go, that's fucking awesome. But then I'm like, I feel like I would within a week I'd be like, all right, we gotta fucking
completely give
go
me a
somewhere.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
Because we all fantasize about that shit, but you still have your thoughts. Like, even you go to Hawaii, you still got your shitty, evil brain up here while you're on that beach chair. And that's the hard part for me.
Yeah. Your brain telling you.
Yeah, the city, like, calms that down.
Isn't that weird?
It's weird. It's
like this loud, crazy place makes you feel relaxed.
Yeah, well, I go to bed with a podcast. I can't have the silence. The silence is worse, so I just need some...
You listen to a podcast?
I just put a podcast on, or I put an earbud in, and I go to bed.
And then it's just like very low volume?
Very low volume, and I go, oh, that's interesting, and I start kind of fading out.
Wow.
But if it's no podcast, it's just like a Japanese game show going on.
Really?
Yeah, it's my childhood and every stupid thing I said, every mistake I made, every bomb. Oh, yeah.
That to me feels like you shouldn't smoke weed.
I don't smoke weed.
Okay.
I don't touch it.
Yeah, that to me feels like what you're describing would be exacerbated by weed.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you do the weed?
Sometimes I do edibles, but I do mild, like low doses. None of this fucking 100 milligram shit. No, like 5, 10, where it's like comfort. But anything more than that starts to get into like paranoia and anxiety.
Yes.
And I'm a bad person. And like, I don't want to do that.
These guys who wake and bake. I'm like, are you nuts? You're starting your day with that shit? That's crazy.
No, what I really want is some more Vyvanse.
Ooh, who's holding?
Fucking psychiatrists.
Is that's like an Adderall?
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
That's what that to me has the best results.
Yes.
Like I like focus, like you have tasks.
Oh yeah. And you get why Mulaney's so funny. You're like, that shit works.
Is that his favorite? Is that his thing?
Well, I think a lot of guys do the Adderall, then they get to you coke it up after.
Oh.
You work your way up to coke.
Okay. Well, I got that to look forward to.
Yeah. I mean, imagine you get so much done. You're quite the entrepreneur. You got the book, the TV show, the booze, the pod, the stand-up. If you do coke,
Man, take over the world.
Yeah, you're gonna be Elon.
Hey, you guys, give me some Coke. Look at them right away. They're like, I'm holding.
That's Austin. There's tons of Coke here.
There's a lot of Coke here. What is your take on Austin?
I think it's like if L.A. fucked Nashville.
Right.
You know, it's like it's got it. You can feel it in the air. Like we all went out drinking the other night, and it feels like L.A. felt in the '90s. You know, it's like hot girls and there's like potential and hope and industry. But I do think it gets a little Groundhog Day out here. Mm-hmm. You know, you're at the mothership, then you do a pod, then you get drunk, then you have a taco, then you're at the mothership, then you do a pod, then you get drunk, you have a taco. So I could never live here.
Yeah.
Love to visit.
Yeah. Well, I leave a lot.
There you go.
Yeah. I think, I like living here. You know, family's happy. It's a really great place to have kids and everything. But yeah, when you want, you know, something else, it's just the nice thing is I'm like, all right, cool. I'm flying to LA. I'm flying to New York, flying to Chicago.
There you go.
Go see something else.
That is nice. Yeah. That's the beauty of our job. You know, like we can just get the fuck out. I love escaping.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, people are like, you're going to Poughkeepsie? That sucks. I'm like, I get to wake up in a hotel.
Yeah.
And go to a diner with a headphone in.
Yeah.
That's heaven.
Diners are my dream.
Me too.
I love diners.
And now diners are all shitty now because they're all $8 million. You're like, $88?
I know.
How'd that happen? I'm at a
supposed
diner.
to be fucking $4 for eggs and bacon.
It's supposed to be me and a couple blue collar guys and one hobo sipping a coffee for 8 hours and eggs, hash browns, and $11.
Yeah. That is the whole thing.
Yeah. And now they have these diners, like in New York, they have these diners, but they're like, it's like I identify as a diner, you know? It's like a nice restaurant, but they have the old seats and the vinyl, but it's $1 million.
Is it true, by the way, did you work as a janitor?
I did, for years.
For years?
2 years. Best job I ever had.
No.
Well, that's not true. But it was like headphones in, you do your job, you mop, you clean this, you stock that, and
what type of place were you doing this at?
At like a high rise in Manhattan, so like a hedge fund place or whatever. And these guys would rent out offices. So I had a couple floors. They call it a porter. That's like the African American of janitor. Uh-huh. But you took deliveries out. Every now and then you cleaned a big old miscarriage in the bowl. That was a bummer.
Yeah.
But it was like...
Did you have like a uniform, like a onesie?
No. T-shirt and jeans, but you had to mop and you had to stock everything and clean. Like a lady would be like, hey, my desk fell apart. Can you fix it? And I didn't know how to do anything, so I'd just be like, yeah, sure. And I'd be in there with a screwdriver and like fuse box. I had to learn about that. It was crazy.
And this was ideal because you had daytime hours and then you could...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I would write in the boiler room like Good Will Hunting. And it was a great gig.
Did you ever keep up with anybody from then? Like,
no.
And have you never run into someone who was like, hey, you used to like clean?
No, because these are like hedge fund guys. That's not my world.
Right.
It was me and this other Mexican guy, and I taught him how to do everything. He taught me how to fix shit, and I taught him how to like get a bank account and buy a cell phone and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a weird movie, like a feel good movie. He's like, "Yo, SA, you got a Chase account? Show me." So I would like go in there with him.
That's hilarious. You're like, you shouldn't just keep it in your jacket. Yeah. You should put it somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah. So we learned a lot. He's gone now, deported.
Oh, nice.
But, sweet man, Esteban.
Yeah. Esteban, if you're out there, don't come back.
But that's the key is those labor jobs. I moved furniture. I worked as a gopher on a construction site. That was hell. And then janitor was easy. It's air conditioning. Not bad.
Yeah, I was trying to go through like all the gigs I had.
Yeah. What did you do? I can't imagine you getting dirty.
Oh, yeah. Well, the first gig was PAing, which is on shows.
That's a good gig.
That's a good gig. It can break your back on like, you know what I mean? Like it's summer and you're just like carrying cables and the running go. I mean, you're just like spent at the end of that. Then I did some other post-production stuff. So I was like post coordinator. I went to the story department. And then I did logging You had to log the tapes.
I didn't know you were this immersed in like the studio world.
Yeah, that was like there was a lot of that. I did a pizza place.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, off Riverside Drive in the Valley.
Okay.
Then I did another pizza / counter service restaurant place in LA on Sunset. That was another gig I had. Then I was a site rep, which is a site rep is like if you own your house and you call this company and you go, productions can shoot at my house. Like I want to rent out my house.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when somebody books it and they go, all right, you're shooting at Mark's house, I have to represent basically you. So I go there and I'm like, hey, this is the guy's rules for his house. Like, you know, you can put up this stuff, but you can't nail it to the wall.
Right.
You have to use tape. You kind of like are babysitting because the productions don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like you'll literally be like, just make sure nothing goes on this wall. And they're like, got it. And you walk over here and someone goes, dum, dum, and they just like nail into the wall.
Yeah.
It's like you're babysitting productions.
So did you work any freak offs? Any big house fun stories?
I mean,
Porno?
No. Oh no, I wish. I did, in LA in that time, I had like porn neighbors.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, Taylor Rain was my neighbor.
Taylor Rain.
I'm sure that she's
pull her up.
She was my next door neighbor. If you're listening, Taylor, I wish we would have gotten together. Yeah, we lived at there she is.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Hey,
cool.
She's cute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen her. I've seen her with jizz on her forehead.
Yeah. That's her. Yeah.
Don't you meet a porn star and you're like, why aren't you blowing me? What are we doing here? It's kind of like when you meet a person there and you're like, you're a comic? You're not that funny?
Yeah.
I feel that way with porn stars. I'm like, well, why are you not licking my asshole? Like you're a porn star.
It's so true. Well, I, of course, I recognize her.
Yeah.
And,
good for you.
And I get like kind of nervous, right?
Yeah, of course.
I'm
She's
also
a star.
22, 23.
Oh, primo porn age.
Yeah, and I'm like, holy shit, that's Taylor Rain. And I remember one day we're both parking in the parking garage. She wasn't she wasn't outgoing.
Sure.
Right? She wasn't like, hi. Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't like that, right? So, you're in this Hollywood apartment complex, and one day I park and she parks, and they kind of had this like, I say security. It was just like a guy in a jacket, and he was like, I'm putting like, getting stuff out of my car. She's getting stuff out of her car, and we're going towards the elevator, and the guy who like basically he does laps around the parking garage to make sure no one's car is getting broken into, I guess. Something like that.
Nice.
So he's like, hey, I want to be in the movies.
Oh boy.
And like I'm like listening, and she's like, oh yeah? And he's like, yeah, I can go for hours. And she's like, well, you got to be able to do it with like cameras and lights. And he's like, well, hook me up, like hook me up. Let me. She's like, yeah, okay, sure. Like write your number down. I'll pass it on to someone.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, maybe we could practice. And I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna work out for you, Bao. But then like sometimes you would see her in the elevator or walking down the hall with like other porn people, like because they would hang out together, like that was like and she was a big weed smoker back then.
Whoa.
So they were always tons of weed.
As a 22-year-old, if you're in an elevator with like other porn stars, that's got to be insane.
It is until you like I think it's all individually based personalities. Like the few times I had interactions, she was kind of kept to herself,
Sure,
she wasn't like
that makes sense.
Yeah. So it was like her and her friend, they would hang out and talk and kind of look at you, hey, and she'd be like,
Yeah, I think they're kind of like comics.
Yeah,
yeah. They're a little broken. They have weird childhoods
and feel comfortable with their own types.
Exactly, exactly. We put ourselves on the line as well as they do to get entertainment.
Yeah,
But
it would be crazy to like get off the elevator. We walk down the hall. I go to this room. She walks past that room. I look, that's Taylor Rain. And then you just go inside and you pull up Taylor Rain. You're like, oh shit, look at this.
That I did that with Stormy Daniels.
Really?
When she was in the news, you're like, hey, I'm doing research.
Yeah.
You're like, I see this woman in a courtroom, and then you get to see her get raw dogged by like 8 guys.
It's pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's crazy that Trump was inside. I mean, imagine Trump on top of her is insane.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else hard?
You guys hard in there?
Yeah, porn stars are fun. Would you ever do that AVN? Would you ever host it?
I think there was a time where it made like sense for me, like with like the stand-up I was doing and the age. I feel like at this point it's like it's like any, you know, people are like, hey, would you ever do the Daily Show? And
Right.
you go as a institution and it's great.
Yeah.
But then my next answer is like, there's 10 people better for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
point.
Like they're better at it for like, and I feel like at this point I'd be like, oh, I would recommend 10 other people to you first.
Yeah, and it's not like you need it.
No, it's yeah, you don't, I mean, yeah, there's a time where it like probably like really is a boost for you.
Sure.
And I think it fits like whatever you're doing. But at this point I'd be like, I'm fucking the dad with, you know, like, no, I'll give you a couple animals. It'll be great. Like, we have friends that would nail it. Would you do it? You'd be great at it, I think.
Nah, it's too much work. I mean, what you mean, host it? Or
Yeah, or fuck somebody on it. Yeah.
What?
What?
No, I don't want to host anything. You know, people are like, oh, you'd be a good late night guy. I'm like, it's such a horrible job to me.
I don't want to do it.
You got to talk to Snooki. You got to be there every day. You got to wear a suit. It's brutal.
I don't want to do that.
No, this is great.
Yeah.
We're hungover. We're drinking coffee.
Where was the drinks last night?
Well, we did Kill Tony, and Woody Harrelson was there, so we all tried to really hang out and impress him.
Did he hang out?
He hung out. He was that guy. Talk about some weed.
Oh yeah, he's.
Woo! I mean, this stuff was. I took a whiff of it, and it was insane. Like I wouldn't want to get near it.
And did he stay out with you guys?
Oh yeah, he stayed there all night.
What time did you guys leave?
Well, you know, you go to Mitzi's, and it's just a big shit show. I don't know. Probably got home at like 3 or 4.
Oh, that's a late night, dude.
We had a late night. Well, you know, Ari, he can go.
Yeah.
He's for a 71-year-old man. He can really put him back.
Old sweet old.
And
Jewish
there's something
guy.
about Austin. It brings the evil out of you. Like
Yeah.
you live here now, but when you visit here, it's just it's like something in the air. You just want to like
3 something in the morning.
you want to befriend RFK. You know, when you land here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something here. You just want to have a taco and shoot a hog out of a helicopter.
Yeah. It does kind of there's places that bring it out of you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and this town is just so free. Like when you live in New York, it's like very progressive. So then you come here, and everybody's like, "Here's a MAGA hat and a joint and a gun and kill that lady trying to get an abortion." You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's on the billboard.
Yeah, yeah. No porn on the phone here, boys.
Isn't
what the
that
hell?
wild?
It's the land of the free, but I can't look up Pornhub.
You got to give them your ID.
Ah, what am I, a migrant?
No.
Come on.
No, it's fucking bullshit.
Bullshit. So I bought a gun.
Did you?
No, I'm just kidding.
You want one?
I would fuck it up. I shouldn't have one.
Really?
Yeah, I drink too much, and it would just sit there on my coffee table, and I would twirl it. You know, something bad would happen.
Yeah. Okay. Probably best.
Yeah. Do you have any?
I have a few. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you go to the range?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Not as often as I want to go, but yeah, it's fun.
So it's not protection. It's just like I'm having a good time with these.
Well, I guess it has that benefit, but I like it's such a humbling thing to go and like start and be like, God, I'm so bad at this.
Yeah.
And then with like good instructors it's like anything. It's like a golf swing. You go, oh
Right.
shit, this feels better. So it's fun. Like it's a fun practice. But
What about the kids though? You ever gonna show them or you hide it?
I would rather take them to like a safety course and get
Sure.
them comfortable around it than to see it as this thing that like, maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't, and then not know what they're doing. Like
Right.
I'd rather have them feel like they have tremendous respect for this device and what it can do,
Yeah.
and like know how to do it, than to just be like, no, and just never, because you know that they're gonna pick one up one day. So
I know.
yeah, I'd rather teach them.
Yes.
Because this morning, my 6-year-old was like, when are we getting guns?
Whoa,
Yeah, and I was
school
like,
shooter. He's going in there.
I got to talk to a guy. We got to get you into a class. And he's like, come on, man. Come
Wow.
on.
Is this the one that's like you?
Yeah.
He's like, come on, man.
yeah, come on,
Let's
dude.
give me that fucking pistol.
Take this sleep mask off and get me a gun. Yeah. All right. We got to run, but don't forget to watch We Might Be Drunk, Tuesdays with Stories. Of course, check out Mark on the road. Are you doing dates now?
All day long. I got a million dates. Go to Punch Up, marknormancomedy.com. I'm in Rochester and Portchester and San Jose and Eugene, Oregon and Dallas. I'll be coming to your dad.
There you go. He's one of the best out there. Go get tickets. Go see him live. Listen to the podcasts. Thank you for coming, man.
Thanks for having me, Tom. Good to see you.
You too.
Comedy.
Bye.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call two bears, one cave.